Unity and communion is so important to me, especially here in this digital age and on this channel. Some of you guys have left some beautiful stories and some beautiful comments just trying to help other people who are trying to learn the things we're trying to learn. So in today's video, we're going to take the content through a different avenue and give back to my viewers. One thing that I am extremely impressed by are some of the comments that I've received on some of my videos. You guys have proven to me that there are way more people out there than I thought that actually see some of these facades for the way that they are, some of these myths for the way that they are. In today's video, as a way to give back to you guys for supporting me, I'm going to be checking out some of your comments on some of my most popular videos. I'm going to scroll down each of the videos and we're going to check out some of these comments together. Shout out to everyone who continuously tells me their stories, shows me the love, and even my haters and naysayers. I like y'all too because y'all running up the video numbers, all right? So let's try something a little bit different today and let's check out some of the stories and the comments you guys have left me on some of my most popular videos. So first, of course, I gotta check out my most popular video, and that is my want to stay debt free. Here's why I drive a 25-year-old car. Now this video went crazy. We got over 150,000 views on it and I got over 2.8K comments. So there were a ton of comments, and this is the way that I'm going to acknowledge a lot of you guys. So thank y'all for supporting me in the channel. Someone said better to look broke and be rich than look rich and be broke. To that, in which I responded to, too many times we're so caught up in trying to look rich, whereas to me, when I see that outwardly appearance from people now, I just assume that they don't have it the way that they want you to think that they have it. So shout out to this user for commenting that. Someone else said, a man with no bills is a rich man. Hey, it's not too much else to say there. This video should be required viewing for teens. Less debt equals more freedom. And if you guys know my channel, you know I'm all about that. So shout out to Tim's for that as well. The Spirit Box said, this is the very reason I bought a 07 Corolla, no hassle, low maintenance, and I'm saving the rest of money and have a plan to buy a home. Me too, my friend. Just want to live rent-free and debt-free. That's my goal. Someone said, when I met my then boyfriend, he drove a beat-up old Camry and I loved it. Nothing beats a humble man. I love the way you think too. Drive it till it dies also. Thank you so much for that shout out. Let me go ahead and heart that comment right now. Shout out to Jay Boogie. Said, I bought my 98 Camry last year with 16K miles. Yes, 16K. Best decision I ever made. Hey, listen, a 98 with 16K, that's definitely something you don't see all the time. Just make sure that age hasn't exactly done it the opposite, because cars that are a lot older with a lot less miles, they should have been running over all these years. So definitely just make sure the maintenance is up to date on it, and hey, you found yourself a gem. Shout out to Demetrius. He said, when I see a guy in a Charger, I'm sure he's living check to check, pouring all of his money into payments for the car. When I see a guy in an older Toyota or Honda, I bet he have money in the bank, investments, and good credit. Well, Demetrius, you would be spot on, because I'm reading a book right now that says most millionaires typically drive either Toyota or Honda. So a lot of the things when it comes to Dodge always just finds a way to sap your money for bad products. Sorry, not sorry, Dodge. I'm not trying to get on you, and shout out to anybody who's going to get on me for that. But I'm just saying, typically, if you want to go reliability, you definitely want to go with one of the more reliable brands over the course of time. But you know what? No knock on anyone for any of their preferences. That's just how I feel. Someone else said this man is too smart. Oh, thank you. You flatter me. Someone said, so here's a story for you. I got a 2001 Camry for free from a coworker's dad who couldn't drive anymore. The car wasn't in the best shape and needed some work. I did a lot of the work myself and got it running and driving great. I've had to put about $2,000 into the car over 2 years of ownership. Lost my job in early 24, spent months and months applying and struggling to get anything. However, thanks to that car, I got a delivery gig, and that old car is the only thing keeping a roof over my head and food on my table for my wife and I. Old reliable cars are a blessing when you're willing to accept the cons along the way. Man, shout out to you. I mean, that is one of the reasons why I wanted to make this video, is because I have so many people in my comment section pouring their hearts out to me about how some of this content that I'm creating is really resonating with you guys and giving you courage to share your story. So thank you so much for sharing your story. Cherish that old 2001, and eventually you keep up that work ethic and maybe you can get something better along the way. All right, we're gonna read a few more from this video and then I'll go ahead and change videos. Someone said, here I am, a 30-something guy from Luxembourg in Europe, I hope I said that right, watching a guy talk about his Camry who's on exactly the same wavelength as myself. I drive a 1994 Mercedes that I bought for 5,000 euros cash. I fixed it up myself and do my own repairs. When you talked about it being a symbol, when you drive it, I was like, this guy gets it. You keep going, man. The world needs more people like you. Thank you. And I'm just a regular guy. I'm not doing anything particularly too special that you guys haven't seen before. I just wanted to share my story about how I'm deciding to go through this economy, this world, this game of life. But thank you guys for sharing your story. I said, you, my friend, are a very wise man. A borrower is the slave to the lender. And every single time I think about being in debt or even borrowing any money, or I never really borrow from family members, but that is what I always think about. I think about the bondage. You guys have heard me mention that a lot. And I think about the chains that being a borrower from somebody can actually put you in. That position, I don't like giving people the reins over my life like that. At least not people. There's so many other things in this world that we have to be cognizant of. And why create another barrier for yourself? Why create another chain for yourself? So that's it from the 25-year-old Camry video. Let's go ahead and move on to one of my other videos. Let's check out Stop Letting Your 9-to-5 Define Your Identity. This was a video that came up on my heart that I really wanted to share and just create. I'm a hard worker and I believe in hard work and working for the things that you want, but sometimes we cannot allow work to consume our everyday identity. So let's check out what some other folks think of that as well. One user said, yes, a lot of these places don't care about you and will stump all over your personal time. They feel like if they pay you, they own you, and that's just sick. We need to take our peace and our minds back. I really feel you on that, because sometimes because they think they have your paycheck, they think they own you. And that's one of my most annoying aspects of this whole transition trading time for money that we do, is because sometimes they think that that money is so much more valuable than your time, and it just sucks altogether. I appreciate this video. Couldn't have come at a better time. I work as a data analyst in finance and it can be really demanding at times. I'll often find myself putting in extra time beyond work hours and sometimes even bleeding into the weekend. The job doesn't come as naturally to me as it does for others, so I try to overcompensate by putting in more time. This has really impacted me mentally, and I find myself thinking about work when I'm not at work. My wife and I are expecting our first child soon, so I need to get better. This video helped. Well, Robo, thank you so much for sharing that story. First of all, I want to say congratulations to you and your wife. And yes, you have a beautiful new life-changing event coming up. Don't allow the stress from everyday work to take away from the beauty of the event that you are about to go through in life. So be sure to scale back, try to get some time off, schedule some time off, and enjoy that baby, my friend, because it is truly a blessing, and her father needs to be there. Their father needs to be there. I'm sorry. Be sure to take some time for you and your wife. Your wife's really going to need you, okay? Favorite comments I received was just a casual comment. This user said, it's my day off. I just went ice skating in the park. Cars are paid off and tomorrow's paycheck pays my last line of credit. Amazing. Your videos have inspired me to spend less of my money and start actually saving. Thanks, man. No, thank you for sharing that story. And to me, what I love this comment so much, it was just a regular everyday comment. That sounded like a day I was having. That was sounding like a day that I could have been having with me and my family and just relaxing. These are the exact people that I'm trying to reach. Actually, I'm trying to reach everyone. But it doesn't have to be all glorious and amazing. It can just be you want an everyday life change to enjoy some of the daily things, the normal things in life. So let's go ahead and switch over to one of my other videos. Are cars one of the biggest waste of money in personal finance? This is a video that I kind of just ranted on and is rather recent. So let's check out some of the comments here. We have here R. Johnson. I actually pinned this comment because I love the way that this person broke it down. I'm not going to read the entire thing. I'm going to let you guys go read it for yourself. But basically it boils down to this. They said, start now and cut out the flash and nonsense. Get out of credit card debt. Intentionally live like you make. For example, 40 if you make 50. Live like you make 65 if you make 80. Live like you make 85 if you make 100. Why? People who make 40 go on vacations. You can still do all of that. You just got to be realistic. So if you make 50, live like you make 40. I love that. First of all, I love that because we're always taught to try to live below our means, and that way we won't be in this endless string of bad decisions trying to keep up with the Joneses and trying to be like other people. This is a personal one for me that I truly like. One person said, I like your humility. I find it comical, poor people pretending to be rich all the time with expensive things. God bless you. Your car looks clean. You get a beautiful heart and like for that. Thank you so much for saying that. I do my best to try to keep my car clean. But yeah, at the end of the day, it comes down to humility, which I'm very, very big on. And I'm glad some of you guys can see that. Even though I'm not using it to show you guys how amazing I am, it's just one of the simple ways that I like to live my life. One user said, shout out to Love and Joy. You are so right. Back in 2014, I had 3 overdraft fees at Christmas time. I was wondering how I could have overdrafts when I have a good job and money. Then I started to study how to be good with money. Now my credit score is 830. We carry no debt except our mortgage. Our kids all started college with $20,000 each with housing and expenses. We gave our daughter our 2006 Honda Accord, amazing car, to drive in college with over 200,000 miles on it. It's still kicking. Oh yeah, those cars will always still kick. We drive older paid for cars to keep our expenses low so that we can fund our priorities. College for our kids, 401ks. My next door neighbor has 3 very new trucks, the kind that have the stairs come down so that when you get in and out, that sit in the driveway. What kind of car payment is that? We live in the suburbs and this dude is cosplaying rural life to the tune of at least 2 truck payments. We like going to bed knowing we have an emergency fund if anything goes wrong, and it's a good life to have no financial stress. We also budget every month. And one of the last comments I want to finish off with is one of my favorite and beloved supporters of my channel, AG, shout out to you. This is actually from my video that was called Why You Should Get Serious About Your Growth in Life Fast. I also love to make motivational content on top of the money, car, and financial content as well. AG said, I've got something coming soon. It's your videos that have spoken to me. The beginning of the impact you had started with these words: stop consuming and start producing. It was like you had been witnessing my prayer life and God using you to say, I've been listening, but you aren't acting on it. You aren't acting on what's waiting for you. It's not about the money for me though. Though I do need it as much as anyone else, it's about feeling as though I'm receiving more than I'm giving, not financially, but physically and spiritually. This health stuff has been very frustrating for me. The last 2 years have been rough on my psyche. But thankfully, these last series of videos have been huge for me, Kay. Just like when we dug you out of depression of your son's passing, you are once again digging me out of a hole I felt trapped in. Don't ever stop following your heart and your gut. God used you in so many ways. Lots of love to you and yours. First off, I just want to say, every single comment I just read brings me a warmth and love to my channel. You guys are exactly why I'm jumping out here head first and doing my best to make this content as authentic and real and heartfelt as possible. Thank you to AG for sharing your story. Thank you every single one of you guys for supporting me as I'm starting this somewhat new journey. I don't have everything lined up. I don't have everything figured out. I even had to pivot all this content on my channel to even make this happen. But boy, am I glad that God showed me that pivot to make so that I can meet so many of you guys. He showed me that pivot to make where I can take something that I'm passionate about, like money, finances, motivation, and inspiration, and turn it into a cohesive channel and community where everybody could come and learn at least something from the other person. So thank all of you guys for supporting me. God bless each and every single one of you. This is just part 1 to this series, and I cannot wait to make tons of it more. You guys stay safe out there, stack your money, don't spend it on crazy things, stay out of debt, and most of all, stay safe and motivated. I love y'all, man. I'll see y'all on the next video. Peace.